Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, today, Karen Cross, we had received a voice note from one of our friends, yes, and Karen Cross had sent out a voice note to members of the PMP criminal organization with a warning them. And Karen Cross, eye-opening message for the PMP criminal organization members, in which she's telling them to have some courage and show some form of patriotism to Jamaica and stop show loyalty to this man, Mark Beer Golden, who is not a Jamaican by birth. So, in this video, it is not like one of your regular videos. So in this riveting video, Karen Cross, a former member of the PMP criminal organization party, it's not a political party, it's a criminal organization, fearlessly exposes the disturbing truth about the influential figures who allow Mark Jefferson Golden, a British citizen, to infiltrate the PMP criminal organization party. She details how Golden used intimidation and aggressive tactics to eliminate those he perceives as enemies within the party. Karen Cross supports what many have suspected all along. Mark Beer Golden is a plant by British MI6, aka akin to the CIA in America or the KGB in Russia. These agencies are notorious for their expertise in infiltrating governments, but this operation is more extensive and shocking than Jamaicans could imagine. What's worse is that Jamaican traitors are aiding Golden in destabilizing Jamaica and trying to bully his way to power. This man is not a Jamaican by birth. He has no connection to Jamaica apart from the woman that he has allegedly committed rape. Yes, Sandra, the woman that he married, because she was under the age of 16, so it's carnal abuse, and there's no statute of limitation. So he can be arrested, charged for that crime without even the testimony of his wife, or just the testimony of his wife, of Sandra, stating at the time that she was under the age of 16. That's all. And the court will take it from there. So Karen Cross reveals that Golden initially claimed to have been born at the University of the West Indies. That's a UWI, some people call it UC. When this lie was exposed, he changed his story, asserting he was born at Victoria Jubilee, that is done by Kingston Public Hospital. To date, this man hasn't shown a birth certificate. Yes, he was, this inconsistencies raises serious concerns because there's no records or schoolmates to corroborate Golden's upbringing in Jamaica. None. I say yours truly. I can get people who I used to attend school with. As I show, there's a guy who lives in DC who works as a nephrologist. He went to school even with the Prime Minister. His name is Garrett Rule, and he's from St. Catherine. We went to high school together. And there are several other persons that I can to verify that we went to school in Jamaica and we are in fact schoolmates or even classmates or farm mates. This man, there's no one that comes out. So where this man Where did this man come from? Claiming to be Jamaican when he has no Jamaican connection. Then you have the little boss of slaves in the PMP criminal organization. Oh, you know, they are licky and they are always sellouts. Always ready to sell out Jamaica for trinkets. They have no loyalty, decency, ethics, or honesty, or patriotism in them. How did he ascended to lead one of Jamaica's founding political parties? The answers lie in the PMP corruption, which allows someone with a criminal mindset like Golden to infiltrate without scrutiny. Golden's contempt for Jamaica is palpable in his deeds. He has manipulated individuals like Dr. Robert Blake, former FBI agent Wilfred Rattigan, Wayne Uglesom, and others to betray their country of birth and protest against Jamaica in America, singling out Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Jamaican Labour Party as if they epitomize the entire nation. Remember that Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party, they don't own Jamaica. He's just the leader of the country. Jamaica belongs to us who were born on Jamaican soil. Not to a foreigner, but to show you that these people are traitors. So you see, it goes right back to slavery, when some of our ancestors sold us into slavery. So you have to remember that these three men and others who participate in demonstrating against Jamaica at New York, they are traitors. This reminds us of what happened in slavery. So you have said, after almost 500 years, we still have black people who are traitors, willing to sell out black people and our highland for trinkets from a white man. The reason why Britain want back Jamaica is in the world, Jamaica is the centerpiece. Anywhere you want to go in the world, you can go from Jamaica. So that's why Jamaica is in the crosshairs of the British Empire, so they want it back. So they make sure they get a mold. They know that the PMP criminal organization is a corrupt entity, so they were able to infiltrate it. Mark Golden, all along, he was in Jamaica voting, didn't born there, but he's a Labourite and become PMP. He doesn't love Jamaica because, and he was exposed as a Labourite. But guess what? You know, the PMP criminal organization supporters, they see it as sports. They don't see it because they are not patriotic. They don't see it as a threat to the Jamaican democracy or to the Jamaican people. Even to them, they don't care. You have to understand how these people, how they operate. These people are not patriots. You understand? So we urge you to listen to Karen Cross' urgent message to the PMP criminal organization members in the voice note provided by one of our sources within the PMP criminal organization, which is not a political party. So her revelations highlight a critical threat to Jamaica's stability and underscore the need for vigilance and integrity in our political landscape. We know that the PMP criminal organization is a treacherous party. They are traitors. All they are all about is what's in it for me. They're just a set of criminal-minded people. So never in the history of Jamaica have we witnessed such a betrayal as Jamaicans demonstrating against their own country on foreign soil. So we always have to remember these three men: Wayne Ugleson, former FBI agent Wilfred Rattigan, and Dr. Robert Blake. Yeah, these people must never be forgotten, because they are the one that's orchestrated and done it. And then they are the licky Jamaicans who collect $100, yes, to go out there and demonstrate against their own country for this white man to take it over. So this is an act of traitors, our citizens from a repressive regime, not from a proud independent nation like Jamaica. What they have done, what these individuals have done, is not only unprecedented, but unforgivable. They have crossed a line that should never had been approached, let alone crossed. By protesting against Jamaica in another country, they have not only tarnished their reputation, but also disgraced the entire nation. This disloyalty is a stain on the legacy of those who have fought tirelessly for Jamaica's independence and sovereignty. Their actions undermine the very fabric of our society. It sends a dangerous message that turning against your country is acceptable when times are tough. And one of the worst things is that at this time, this juncture, Jamaica is the least corrupt it has been since independence. Not even under the best prime minister that I revere, lauded and celebrate, Edward Seaga, who was born in America. Yes, but he was more patriotic to Jamaica than Mark Golding, because he used to live in downtown Kingston with the same black people for 3 years. Yes, Edward Seaga, the same man that black people do not like. So this is a gross misrepresentation of Jamaican values, which are built on resilience, unity, and patriotism. Our forefathers did not struggle for freedom so that a few could betray their homeland in such blatant manner. So when you see these people on Jamaican side, just remember that they're traitors. And how you're supposed to treat traitors. All these three men are traitors, and the others. So we just need to expose them publicly and make the Jamaican people know in the diaspora and in Jamaica that they are traitors. These individuals have betrayed the trust of every Jamaican. They have aligned themselves with external forces, showing a complete lack of respect for the sacrifices made by countless Jamaicans. Their actions have not only embarrassed us on the international stage, but also endanger the progress we have made as a nation. In a moment of economic boom in Jamaica for the economy, our GDP is being lowered by this government. True patriots work to improve their countries from within, not attack it from the outside. These traitors have chosen the path of cowardice and dishonor. We must condemn their action unequivocally and reaffirm our commitment to Jamaica's sovereignty and dignity. Let this be a wake-up call to all Jamaicans. We must unite against those who seek to divide us and betray our nation. These traitors' actions are unforgivable, and they must face the consequences of their disloyalty. Jamaica deserves better, and we as a people must ensure that such betrayal never happen again. So now I want you to watch and listen to the video. Watch and listen to the message of Karen Cross. No, yes, you watch. And we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we said we want justice for Melissa Sylvia, who was murdered in her bed. To show you that Mark Golding have no decency. The man that killed Melissa, who's another British, so he's another British spy from MI6. He's still a member of the PNP criminal organization, but yet he had kicked out a black man out of the party for taking a picture of his body and sent to another man. I don't know if they had set up this man, upheld Purcell, but he had kicked him out of the party for doing something which is private. And he's the same one who's talking about privacy. So I want you watch, you listen, and you decide. Karen Cross. We're on the floor to Karen Cross.
Everyone, Karen Cecilia here. It's a great morning in Kingston. The sun is shining, and the morning seemed a little cooler than the regular mornings. It must have been the little rain last night. I don't know if it was a rain, but the little water that came last night, and we're grateful for that. I want to send this voice note to PNP people and PNP delegates and voters and constituency leadership and parish leadership and divisional leadership, regional leadership. I want to send this note. I got up this morning that I should send you this note. And I should do it once I get the first cuppa. I hope it don't get cold while I do this. And I thought I needed to say some things to you. You particularly. Not talking to the general Jamaican public, but you. I love my country. And I love my party. I love my country much more than I love my party. And it's my party. And nobody can put me out of PMP. I love my country so much that I would want my party to do better, to be better, to be able to serve the country. That's how much I love my country. That I would like my country to have the benefit of a People's National Party that they have come to know over the decades. The People's National Party that care about people and don't just talk about it, but actually really, truly care about people. This People's National Party don't care about people anymore. Certainly not the leader. And that's what I want to talk to you about. This was never about the fact that Mark Golding was born in Britain and he has a British passport and all his children probably were born in Britain. We don't know. This was not about that. It way past that. This is about not so much the crime, but the cover-up of the crime. That's what this is about. The cover-up, the elaborate cover-up, the lengths he went through to prevent us from knowing that he was born in Britain and that he has had a British passport from him born and that he never had a Jamaican passport until he was 47 years old. A big white man that travels a lot. I used to book him up at the airport, either picking up his children when they were younger, picking them up from the airport coming in from summer when I got to pick up some of mine, or sending them off. I book him up at the airport 1 and 2 times. And all the time that he has been here as a British citizen, he has never seen it necessary to get a Jamaican passport. All the time that he sat on the constituency executive of South St. Andrew, knowing that Omar Davis was grooming him to take over the seat, he never thought of getting a Jamaican passport. All the time that he sat on the PMP executive, that he became treasurer of the PMP, all the time he never thought of getting a Jamaican passport. Why? He never thought he needed it, because Jamaica is not his country, not his home, not his heritage. He has nothing here but a past of slave-owning families. That's the only history he has here. Slave-owning ancestors. And then he became the member of parliament of South St. Andrew, Tony Spalding constituency. And when he became the member of parliament of South St. Andrew, he never thought it necessary to say to somebody, I am a British citizen. He never thought it necessary. He never thought it necessary then either to do any of that. So to tell somebody, to tell Portia, to tell Omar, because Omar did not know, to tell PG, who became his best buddy after he became leader of the PMP. He never considered it once. He never thought of it as any big deal to tell them. He wasn't worried about it. If anything, he was flaunting it. Yeah, and me, Mark Golding, Jamaica people want me, forgot Jamaica House, you know, yeah. I could do the thing now. Yeah, could get some dead people to vote now, trying to talk Jamaican. That was a clear indication that he was happy and glad that him is the British master who's now seemingly going to rule over the slaves again. That was what kept him from not getting a Jamaican passport, from not telling anyone that he's a British born citizen. The prospect of leading the slaves again, my God in heaven, the prospect of him, based on his ancestors, based on his ancestral bloodline, getting an opportunity to lead the slaves again. It put him on a high. He was way up there, floating like a butterfly, thinking that this is going to come to him and him don't have to give up his British citizenship and him can serve Britain well now, and they might give him a reward like they rewarded his father with the Sir. They will knight him and they call him Sir Mark Golding because he would have done well for them. Came into Jamaica and captured the natives again, and to be the leader of the natives again. I can imagine him being knighted by King Charles or William. I can imagine it because I know the history of such things. And based on the fact of what his father was, what his father came here for as a British agent, it would have been like a feather in the cap of Britain should he become Prime Minister. And my God, Britain would be flying high. All kind of Britain people would have down here after that, should he become Prime Minister, to come make sure that the natives are under control again. Different era, different time, different kind of control. What control? It is the fact that he chose not to say it. And the fact that not only did he choose not to say it, is the fact that he chose not to ask anybody to help him, not to, is the fact that he also chose to cover it up. To cover it up, to hide it, to go through enormous lengths to hide it. To get a Jamaican passport in 2012 when he was 47 years old. To go to the British High Commission and applied for a British visa. To lie on that application form because he had to have lied to actually get that visa. He had to have lied on that application form. And them not going to question him. He was the leader of the opposition. Or he was a minister at the time when he did it. Minister of Justice. Mark Golding. Them not going to question him. Him get him brand new Jamaican passport and him send it in and them just give him the visa. Them not question him. And if should they have known that he has a British passport, it don't mean nothing to them. Them probably look at it and saw that as an opportunity for Britain. I don't know. I know how these people think. I know how they operate. I know that should he become Prime Minister, it would be a field day down in Jamaica. I know that should he become Prime Minister, both America and Britain, who are allies but also competitors, would be watching him. I know that he would be under surveillance by MI6, he'd be under surveillance by the CIA. Can you imagine? A British citizen, a white British citizen, just became Prime Minister of Jamaica. Come on, guys, buck up. Let's go. Who would trust him? Certainly not the Americans. The Americans wouldn't trust him. He couldn't go down there. Have no conversation with anybody down in America. That would not be taped, recorded, and taken with a grain of salt. They both would use him. Should he become Prime Minister? All the countries in the world would be using him for their own benefit. All of them. America will be using him because, as I say, America and Britain have a special relationship. But that don't mean them don't spy on each other. They do. They spy on each other. They have secret for each other. Them still try one up each other. This is world politics. And Jamaica would have had a British Prime Minister in Jamaica. I can't even... Some of you need to wrap your head around that. The prospect of that. Things change very quickly. And it would. And all the opposition would have done them tell me, the JLP, should Mark Golding become Prime Minister, is make nice about it. And it would be one ratted for all. Ras would have broke down here. Because Jamaica would not be Jamaica anymore. Jamaica would not be safe with him any. Jesus have mercy. We don't really know what we're dealing with. Do you all know what we're dealing with? If he had gone to PJ when he became leader of the party and said to PJ, this is the state of play, PJ would have advised him immediately to give it up, denounced it, and advise the country that he has. But him never go because him not want do it. Him not talk to nobody about it because he has no intention of doing it. He wants to keep his heritage. This is his, that his daddy gave to him. Him not have nothing here except a home and run the business. Never do any charity, nothing. He has no legacy here, no history here, nothing except him and Bunting in business. That's as far as it goes. All him tapping his friends up by females, most of whom just know him and saw him, but he wasn't involved in anything because him consider himself to be British. And this is not his home, him just passing through. Him just there. I go and live. Kill time, it better for live here, so. You know? Than go about him now give up him heritage for you, so. It better for live here, so. For him do him look a business and travel to him country whenever him feel like him homesick. This was never his home. And everything that he has done or did not do clearly indicate that this was never his home. This is never his home. If he had to go through the length that he went through to cover up the fact that he's a British citizen, born in Britain, never get a Jamaican passport until he was 47 years old, and got it because he was forced to, because him just get position. Renewed the passport when he was going on the diaspora tour with him and him people them, Lisa Hanna and him and Angela and the pedophile and the rest of them. And he never wanted to look bad that everybody going on the diaspora tour with a Jamaican passport with British visa in it, and then him would have turned up with a British passport. So once again he chose to deceive, to hide it, and he went and got himself a British visa to go enter Britain. He had every ample opportunity to say to the people around him, the people that should know, because it's not something he could have got ball out just so. It's something that he could have quietly announced. Get it out of the way. If he cared about the People's National Party, if he cared about Jamaica, he clearly does not care. He doesn't care about Jamaica. He probably consult him big lawyer friend them in a female law firm, and them tell him, say, yeah man, you're a British citizen but a Commonwealth thing, so you can become leader. And you can't become prime minister. No, you can't. You can't become prime minister with a dual citizenship. You cannot. The prime minister of this country must be able to go to overseas land and speak on behalf of this country and this country alone. The credibility of the citizenship of the prime minister must not be questioned by our international partners, friends, allies, and worse, our enemies. The citizenship and the Jamaicanness of our prime minister must not be questioned by our international partners. They must not have misgivings about it. They shouldn't be wondering if them talking to this guy, if them can say certain things. They shouldn't be having MI6 and MI1 and the CIA and National Intelligence Agency and all of them keeping track on him to see where I'm going to say to the next guy over there, so, because he's a British citizen. Because the first thing the CIA is going to assume in their first discussion is that if he kept his British citizenship and became Prime Minister of Jamaica, they must suspect him of something. I remember his father was a British agent. His father was sent down here with the polio vaccine to inject Jamaican people to test it out on us. And he tested it out on others and killed thousands of Jamaican children in his testing. They were always passing through. Yes, it was never them home. It's a passing through thing for them. Yeah? Here he is. And then the way I'm flaunting it now, it come out. It come out because the resistance kept pushing at him and going at him, because for some reason we just know that he's not trustworthy. We have always known that he's not trustworthy. And I made a decision from early on that he's not trustworthy and he does not have the best interest of the PNP or Jamaica at heart. I knew that from the beginning. How did I know that? I know that in my first conversation with him after he became leader, I spoke to him on the phone. And I said to him, you're quarreling about Paul being possible party chairman. Don't worry about that. You're the party leader. Paul is a PMP. Paul is a committed PMP. Paul will not do nothing for hurt him party or him country. And should Paul become the chairman of the party, yes, he would support Lisa Anna, but he would be a loyal foot soldier. Just like he was a loyal foot soldier for Portia, and a loyal foot soldier for PJ, and a loyal foot soldier for Peter Phillips. Paul is a party man. I impressed that upon him. And his response to me was, yeah, but him supported Lisa. Angela supported me. That's the first instance when I know that he cannot be trusted. And him not love Jamaica, and him not love the PMP. Then when Paul became party chairman, from the very first meeting that they had, that the party chairman and the party leader should be present at, he brought Angela. It took Angela to all the meetings when Paulwell was chairman, just to push it in Paulwell's face that I don't want you as chairman, it's Angela I want. That's what he did. Not love the PMP. Not love Jamaica. Not no roots here. How can you trust somebody like that? The delegates of the NEC just elected the new chairman, and you are bring the one where you want who never get it. Not accepting the chairman. Not accepting it in good faith and give him an opportunity to prove that him love him party and him love him country. Oh no. You took the bull by the arm. That's what Mark Golding did. And took Angela Bromberg to all of those meetings when Paul was chairman of the party. Do you know how hard that is to swallow? For somebody like me who works so hard for my party, can't believe a party leader would do something like that. Second time I knew I couldn't trust him was when I told him about Dayton Campbell. Told him all that there is to know about Dayton Campbell. And said it would be a bad move. It would be a bad move to put him in as general secretary. And he proceeded to tell me, boy, Dayton is him wingman. Dayton, him trust Dayton. And all them things when I say about Dayton, never hear them at a lie. People that tell upon Dayton. Because he want people around him, sycophants who will tell him, say, you're great. You're a great white hope. And he proceeded and did all of that. Then, Lisa Hanna councillors had said before the presidential election that they were not going back. Thieving, ugly, liar Lydia. The ugly one named Garrick. And one next one, both three of them said they're not going back. They're not running back as councillors. They made that move just in case they thought Lisa Hanna was going to win. And then Lisa Hanna lost. And they went to Mark, the new party leader. And they said to him, we want to run back. And he, as the new party leader, never saw it fit to discuss the matter with the sitting member of parliament. Lisa Hanna, the sitting member of parliament who the people elected, he never saw it fit to discuss it with her. He said, go on, man, you're bound to run back. Just tell them, go on and run back, man. Without any discussion with her. I love PMP. He don't love this country. I always remember belong here, so he can do anything he want. Because he it's not his home. He not have to answer to nobody else. He only answer to king and country. Great Britain. Can't be trusted. And the Jamaican people not going to trust him with Jamaica. The guy that said it yesterday was right. Whatever little momentum he had, it gone. The Jamaican people will not elect a man with dual citizenship. That is not good for Jamaica. Him can't represent Jamaica. He has British citizenship. Him don't have Jamaican citizenship. And when him go talk to the international community, him not going to be talking on behalf of Jamaica. Them going to be wondering who he must talk behalf of. It will be a field day. Kind of the same kind of field day that many white people had when Siaga became prime minister first time. Yeah? Something similar. But it will be worse this time. Because this is not Americans. This is Britain this. And them still have a foothold in here based on the constitution that we have. The constitution is silent on the fact of whether the prime minister can have dual citizenship. The constitution is silent on it. Which means that the members of parliament, all 63 of them, the next 62 of them, can go into the parliament now and make that change. Jamaica cannot have a prime minister with dual citizenship. And for the past couple of days, all he's been running around and doing is flaunt it in our faces. People tell me I must renounce it, you know. And he made some comment on the TVJ interview that whatever it is he was saying, what I heard or what most people heard was, well, I'm going to argue up my citizenship, I'm going to argue up my heritage, because I'm a heritage, I'm British. I'm going to argue up my heritage. I love the monarchy. I'm not taking order from them. I love William and Kate. I love King Charles. Met King Charles some years ago when he came to Jamaica with Prince Charles when he was younger. I was up by Strawberry for breakfast one Sunday morning and he was there. But I'm not taking order from them. I don't want them in charge of the country. Them in charge of the country right now, them play a ceremonial role. But if we should elect Mark Golding as Prime Minister, that role changed dramatically. That role would not be ceremonial anymore. It would be more sinister. And the little things that we take for granted would quietly start probably disappearing. We don't even pay attention. We don't know until it totally disappears. It's a cover-up. It's the lens that he went through to cover it up and to hide it. He could have told Portia when she made him Minister of Justice. He could have had a discussion with Mama P. Mama P is like mother to the nation. She wouldn't judge him, she wouldn't war him. She'd have sent him to the lawyers and make them advise him. And they would have advised him. And they would have said that if you don't want to give it up, at least let it be known. Tell the country. Before you go in our parliament, go write laws and talk laws. And create laws and sign laws. And thief people ideas about laws. Like him thief Raymond Price ganja idea. Before you go in there, go do that, let us tell the country. Omar brought him into South St. Andrew and he didn't tell Omar. He didn't tell Omar. Him not count the people of South St. Andrews and couldn't tell them. Them are just him slaves. Him is the master. And them is the slave. Them not think so. But I guarantee you, I promise you, all out of South St. Andrew, in regard, as in property, him slaves. He must abide him time to show how much of a background master him is. That is his innate inheritance from his ancestors. All of his ancestors, none of them was good. Listen me, I don't hate Mark Golding in a type for telling you. I don't hold those kind of feelings. I don't know how to hate nobody, quite frankly. I say what I have to say. And when I'm done, I'm done. If you want to continue to vex, that's your problem. That's between you, your conscience, and God. But me done. I've never hated Mark Golding. I just know that him lie, him deceptive, and him can't be trusted. When he just became leader, the authentic PMP people who did not support him, including Paulwell and Lisa and the others, him decided that he must sideline everybody. And when the whole excitement started in the party about how him behaving because him no want nobody will never support him around him, he never took the opportunity to step up to the plate and behave like a leader and say, listen, I'm the leader now and everybody's a part of this. No, he did not. He can't be trusted because he would sit down with people who didn't support him. And him and them would have a conversation about how moving forward and the way to move forward. And then he go back and talk to Bunting and Angela. And then him, no bother. Because them advise him nothing bother. Don't bother. No, man. Don't do that, man. Because leave Paulwell and Lisa them and leave them cool. We still have go for Lisa's seat. We still want Paulwell's seat. Bert them tell him, don't worry about Paulwell. We have Paulwell control. And then Angela still give instructions to Southeast St. Anne as to how to destabilize Southeast St. Anne for run out Lisa. And him as the leader sat there and let them do it. Never once stood up and said, listen people, if we want to win, we have to unite. If we want to win, we can't just say we're going to unite. We actually have to do it. And we have to do it in a way that is believable to Jamaican people, which means that we have to do it real. Never once did he do that. Never once. He got married to his wife in Florida. His daddy bought them tickets and sent them to Florida because the daddy never wanted Tapanar's people them to know that inbreed the woman. 5 days after that, she gave birth to their first child. We are not sure where that birth took place. It could be Florida because it's 5 days later. Or they could have flown to England and that could have happened in England. We don't know yet. But we're getting to the bottom of it all. We have no choice. We have to get to the bottom of all of it. All know him still keep saying that I'm on born here. Him don't born here. And that's the next shoe that him will have to take off. Before it drop, him not born here. Whatever birth certificate him have is not real. Him not born here. Him not born here because all the women in the Levy family, his mother is a Levy. And all of them, the Coens, the Levies, the Rhodes, all of them went to England to give birth to their children. None of their children was born in Jamaica. They go to England and have their children. It's a generational thing. 1 and 2 of them still do it. Quite a few of them still do it. Travel to England to give birth to their children. I'm not lying. It's there. Just have to look for it. But, me not have nothing to do. I'm unemployed. We can't do anything. Once we don't clean and look about the dogs and the birds and the plants, we can't do any damn thing. He lied. He chose not to tell us because he wants to keep it. And him calling for the election, him want the election hurry up and come. Because he would have wanted the election to happen before we find out. Jesus have mercy. What a wicked and cruel man. What a deceitful man. What am I going to do? If you tell us. What we're about it? But they're going to lick it down? No. But tell us, you have to renounce it. And at that time, if he himself had disclosed it and said, I'm going to renounce it, well, that would have been an acceptable argument. But now that you were forced to admit it and still holding on to it and wondering if you should renounce it, no, it won't make no difference. You can't be trusted because you had to people have to force you to. This is not Mark Golding's home. This is not his heritage. This is not his history. His history here is the ones who own slaves. His great people that owned slaves. That's his history. And when slavery was abolished, they wrote it down and claimed money for the slaves that they owned and got paid for them. That's his history. That's a theme thing. And it's clear when him go around talk about, yeah man, with that pan it, Oh, I say, yeah. And I do the fool dance. And all around like damn slaves. I grin in the teeth and I run up and down and say, hey, come on, leader. Yeah. Listen to me, I don't need to wise up, I don't need to wise up, man. Because I take everything for granted until it start move away. And then by that time, it's too late. You don't need to wise up, man. And stop on the damn garbage, rubbish, the foolishness about market G with G. Stop it. This man have no interest in Jamaica except to reach a prime ministership to carry out whatever it is. Because listen to me, this is a conspiracy theory, I have read enough, studied enough, watched enough to know that should he become prime minister and the fact that he is in the position that he is now, they must have been having discussions with him already from Britain. Discussions must have started to take place already. Yeah? Yeah, should he become prime minister? Yeah? In it? Yeah. Them and him having discussion already. For what? We don't know yet. But all things will reveal itself because God is God. And there's no other God above him. I told you from the beginning that this will never get better. This will always get worse. I have said it from the beginning. I continue to say it. It will never get better. The reason why he got so antsy since February is the results of the local government elections. Him get very antsy, like he was losing mind now. Now him start to be scared and start to worry, which is why he went down to the diaspora and get them full man there for come rage demonstration against his country. Well, it's not for him country. Him not care about Jamaica. Send them go tear down Jamaica. If you want to talk up things against Mr. Wallace, half a tree there, crossroad there. Go up half a tree and go across road and bust up all kind of liberty against Mr. Wallace and the government. New York and foreign soil in front of Jamaican consulate. Jamaican consulate is not Mr. Wallace consulate, you know. It's Jamaican consulate. The people in there might have been appointed by him, but they represent Jamaica. You don't go down there with them kind of foolishness, eh? A bust up liberty upon Jamaica and foreign soil. And him supported and financed that by the party and the cocoa bread, never even buy them Pepsi. And supported them doing that foolishness. Go down there, go rile them up for go do it. Tell them some lie when it was all designed to hide his dual citizenship. It was all designed to hide what him don't want nobody to find out. It's not about whether it's legal. It's about the cover up. It's about the lens that he went through to cover it up, to hide it from all of you. To make sure you don't know. Because his plans are sinister and not in the best interest of Jamaica. And I know PJ Patterson a little bit. Should he have told PJ Patterson that? Should PJ Patterson have known that? He would have advised him. And if he never take the advice, PJ Patterson would have find a way to make sure some people know so them can advise him. Because PJ Patterson loved Jamaica. Peter Phillips loved Jamaica. He never even tell him in a circle. It's only Bunty knew. Only Bunty knew. Business partners from them, my young men. Traveled together. Build them own businesses. Build businesses in Britain. But Bunty children went to Britain. Boarding school in Britain. I mean, come on. Well, I think him daughter, not him son. Went to school in Britain. Him knew. And when Mark went on TVJ yesterday morning to go talk about it, who was the second voice that came on the phone for come help him? Bunting. Because things falling apart. So it's the two of them again against the world. You should advise him to step aside. All I should have started advising him quietly, tell him, say, step down. Because renouncing the citizenship now is not going to help it, going to make it worse. I'm tired to be right. Everything I'm telling you, I am right. And I'm not boasting about it and not pushing it down the throat. But I'm tired to be right. I want to be wrong. I would really want to be wrong about some things. There are days when I say things that I know that I'm right and wish in my heart that when it happened is wrong, me wrong. I wished that I am wrong about some things. I do sometimes. It's painful to watch my beloved party, my great little country, under this kind of strain. It's painful to watch. It was painful and heartbroken for me to watch the man misleading people on foreign soil about my country. Something that should never be done by any Jamaican. True Jamaican. They don't do that. While the Prime Minister himself was just a few miles away from them, they could have taken a train and gone down there, 10 of them, and give him a letter, have a discussion with him, tell him what their problem is. But that was not their intent. Their intent was to disrupt the Jamaican economy, to make Jamaica look bad, to make the international community question Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister for our country. We never vote for him, but he is the Prime Minister of our country. And that should take precedent over every damn thing else. So, yes, delegates, constituency executive, divisional members, parish leaders, PMP voters, PMP members. This is not a small thing. This is absolutely not a small thing. And it's not going to go away. So y'all should tell him. Move away from the leadership in the parliament and hand it over to somebody else. At this point, I don't even care who. As long as he's a born and bred Jamaican citizen. who can manage it. Somebody who can talk and manage it and understand the whole thing. And I can't sit down there with him. And for some strange reason, I have a deep, deep hole in the bottom of my stomach when I say this. Because I know that most of you won't. I know that most of you will not tell him. When you don't have the courage, when you don't have the conviction, when you don't have the love of party and the love of country, when you love whatever it is you not get now, that take precedence over everything else. And most of you will not be able to tell him. It's all right. I will forgive you all one of these days for how you have backed him up in him foolishness. How you backed them up when we told you that they sabotaged the elections for Peter Phillips to lose. How Dayton Campbell empowered Lawrence Rowe and a whole host of other man and woman for go around the country go target some PNP candidates. I would never do nothing about that either. That mean nothing. When the argument is all right, who for stop it. So I want to come on my channel, I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. I want to continue to say it. I'm not bitter. I'm very contented in what I do. I'm very contented about what I say because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm not conceited either. I just know I'm right. And I'm not doing it for me. Because if it was about me, this done long time. And me dying there, me and the whole of I go up and I laugh and I chat and I go out kind of food. No, it's not about me. It's never been about me. It has never been about anything that was done to me. Nothing was done to me. I'm going to one thing, sir. I don't consider anything was done to me. I don't look at things that way. At all. Well, I want to pretend I don't know me, but I don't. Never been that way for me. But I still believe. I still have faith. I still believe that the PNP is good. It's a good party. I still believe there are people in the PNP who are good people, who can build back this thing. I still believe that Jamaica would do well under a PNP government. I still do believe. And I still have faith. Because I believe in all kinds of things. I believe in miracles. I believe in angels. I look around for them every day. Miracles happen in my life every day. Things every day, things that I used to take for granted, I now consider them to be miracles. I believe in babies, everyone that is born as a blessing and a gift from God. Yeah. And this is where it is now. And it's really up to all of you that will receive this voice note. It's really up to all of you. And as I said, I know most of you will stay quiet and silent on it because on a position and whatever it is you get in, whatever it is that position on a hold and you don't want to be, run over. I understand. I do. I understand. But still, there comes a time when one has to decide whether you're going to take the right side or the wrong side. And that time is drawing nearer and nearer. That time is at nigh. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. God bless you all. And keep the children safe.
Yes, so now that you have listened to Karen Cross, as we have stated before in our opening for this video, we told you that Mark Golding is an MI6 plant. MI6 plant. But black people, they had studied and know that the PNP is a criminal organization and they were able to infiltrate it because of money. That's how criminals operate. Criminals have no loyalty or patriotism to their own country. So in conclusion, it has become evident that Mark Golding is an MI6 plant, just like his father before him. The British government is vested in maintaining control over Jamaica due to its strategic position in the Caribbean Sea. Losing dominance over our island is not an option for them, and they will go to great lengths to ensure their influence remains unchallenged. Now that you have listened to Karen Cross' urgent message, it is clear that Mark Jefferson Golding poses a significant threat to Jamaica and its people. As members of the PNP criminal organization, it is your patriotic duty to recognize this danger and take action. Mark Golding's presence within our political landscape is not just a political maneuver, but a calculated effort to undermine Jamaica's sovereignty. His infiltration and subsequent rise to power are part of a broader strategy to keep Jamaica under external control. This cannot and must not continue. We call upon you, Jamaicans, to wear a Jamaican patriotic hat and stand up for our nation. Don't listen to this man. This man is a real propagandist. He has been trained well for this project. Defend Jamaica from this plant and imposter. Defend it at all costs. Your action today will determine the future of our country. Do not let Jamaica fall back into the hands of those who seek to dominate and exploit us. Unite in true patriotism and ensure that our country remains free and sovereign and become a republic. Together, we can safeguard Jamaica from external threats and ensure a prosperous future for all Jamaicans. Stand firm, stand proud, and defend Jamaica from Mark Golding and those who support his deceitful agenda. Let's not forget the traitors in the PNP criminal organization who have been supporting this man. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica, Young Police Channel. And before we go, we said justice to Melissa and her mother. Yeah, justice. We want justice. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica, Young Police Channel out.